My name's Kitty Getlick. I'm the manager and artistic director of the Kelsey Theater. This is my 33rd year here at the college at the theater. I began as stage manager, was here as stage manager for 15 years, then I was the general manager, and then I became the artistic director, and I've been the artistic director since 1990, so quite a while. Well, I knew from the time I was very young that I was very interested in theater. So I think what inspired me to work in the theater was my mother was English, and she worked in community theater. She worked, our church actually had a theater group, and she and my father were in the theater group in the church. When I was 7, my mom actually built me my own backyard theater. And she wrote a play, and we cast the neighborhood kids in it, and served lemonade at intermission, and it was all in my own backyard. It was pretty cool. But you would think having your own backyard theater, you would have like the lead role, and I didn't. I was kind of like third princess from the left. I don't even think I had a line in that. But yeah, so I pretty much was hooked on theater from a very young age, and went to college to study it. I went to Penn State for 2 years and then Temple for 2 years, and then began working around in theater. When I was in college, my focus turned from acting to technical theater and management. There's a lot of things that happen. We've had people get proposed to on stage. We've celebrated a 90th birthday on stage. We've had we've actually had weddings on stage. All sorts of stuff have gone on stage, and a lot of it is dealing with when little things go wrong, because it is live theater, and how you handle the little things going wrong. When I directed Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, we had the flu go through our cast during the run of the show several years ago, and so there were some scenes that had 6 dwarves. It was Snow White and the 6 dwarves, because one of them would be off stage throwing up. So we had sort of different numbers of dwarves every time, because one would go throw up, and then they'd be in the next scene when the next one would go and throw up, and it was pretty dramatic, but they were young, and they were full of energy, and they wanted to do the show, and we managed to make it work. I don't know how many in the audience noticed, and they just sort of picked up each other's lines. So that there were no lines dropped. They just actually would add it onto their thing. Oh, so and so's off throwing up, so we'll do their line to in this show. So that was kind of fun. Live theater is so different from any other experience that you have in entertainment. I do watch TV, and I do go to movies, and I do rent movies, and I do go online and that kind of stuff. But I think that live theater has a certain life force of its own that goes back and forth between the audience and the stage. No two performances are ever exactly the same in live theater, because there's a certain energy connection between the audience and the stage, and I think there's nothing like that anywhere else. The other thing that I am fascinated by is the fact that in theater, especially in community theater, everybody involved in the show is giving 110%. They are trying their best with all their energies to do the best acting, to make the best costumes, to do the best lighting, to make the best scenery. I mean, each one of them is really doing the best they absolutely can, because they have a vested interest in it. This is what they want to do, and they take pride in what they do. And not every company are you going to find that. Very often I have worked other places in other companies, and there are people who are just phoning it in. They're not really interested in it. They're just doing it to get a paycheck, kind of thing. And I think that's kind of sad. I really like theater because everybody is really, really giving their all to make it happen.